Hey everyone, it's Cunningham, and I'm really excited today to share some tools that I think I've referenced in a majority of my videos, but I kind of wanted to do a little compilation of tools that we can all use in our daily life to keep us in a high vibration, so keep us in a space where we are calm in our mind and in our body, as well as able to clearly see the choices that are in front of you when you are faced with maybe an anxious situation or a situation that's really laden with a lot of fear, a lot of doubt, confusion, worry. Of course, you guys know that we are right now living in a space where overall our society is very worried, rightfully so. There are things to be worried about, but it's kind of risen to a level that is a little overwhelming for a lot of people, I think. And without these tools, I myself would probably have a hard time remaining in a high vibrational frequency. But thankfully, I've had a lot of time to practice, a lot of time to explore what really works for me. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I want you guys to lead a healthy life, lead a stress-free life, lead a life that is not directed by fear-based situations or thoughts, but more in a space that I want your life to be directed in a space where you are living your best life and led by your soul and led by love and light, and directed in a way that is healthy for you and much more joy-filled, because that is what we're here to do, honestly, is to experience a lot of joy, face some challenges, grow through those challenges, but ultimately come back to joy and be in a state of joy as much as we can, as long as we can hold that, especially in times like this across the world. It's really important to remember that there are some things that we can do, and there are things that we can try out and test and blend with the things that we already do that can really help us stay in a high vibrational frequency. And I don't really have a specific list right now, but I'm just gonna be guided by my guardian angels, and we'll just go down the list that I know that they have for me to share. And the first item that's coming through from my guardian angels is minding our mind. So basically what that means is being aware of the thoughts that we're holding within our mind and where our attention is going. You know, where attention goes, energy flows. So minding our mind, basically recognizing if we are holding lower vibrational thoughts. And when we recognize that, oh, this is a low vibrational thought, or this is not a thought of light or love, it's more of fear or worry or stress, what do we do with it? So my guardian angel Pedadiah, is saying that you can hand that thought over to your own guardian angel. And she's referencing Harry Potter. I think this is like the best visual that really helped me solidify what that means when you're handing off a thought. You know, I'm not sure if everyone knows, but in Harry Potter, basically there is this method where Dumbledore, the headmaster of Hogwarts, collects memories, and he's pulling out memories out of his head like it's a long, thin string of light. He's pulling this out of his head, and he's putting it in a device that collects them and maintains them, and he can view them and all that kind of stuff. So that image of pulling that thought out of your head, that is what she wants you guys to imagine as you're starting to practice this tool of minding your mind, taking that thought that you don't really like, you know, if it's low vibrational in any form, You can take that, pull it out, and drop it. Just hand it over to your angel. They're going to be right there to take it for you. And do this as many times as you can in a day. We're really faced with a lot of chaos and misinformation and worries and stresses in this situation, what's happening around the world, and in other situations. There's lots of things going on. But having that practice, being able to recognize this is a low vibrational thought, boop, it's pulled out of my mind, and I'm handing it to my team. They're going to be right there with a bucket to catch it, and it's transmuted. You can think of it however you'd like, but as long as you make that transaction of, here you go, hand it off to your team, that is the bottom line there, with helping to maintain your state of your mind to being calm and high vibrational. Once you hand off that thought, essentially you are saying, I don't have any room in my mind for thoughts of this nature. So as you do that more often, you're making more room in your mind for thoughts of higher vibrational frequencies. So thoughts of love, of joy, of excitement, of laughter. There's just more space. There's more, you're making a choice in that moment to bring in more of those high vibrational thoughts, visualizations, jokes, fun things that you want in your life, things that bring you joy. So that is I think the best place to start as you are moving through this world. But there are some other things that you can do. So handing off your low vibrational thoughts is really important. Meditating helps in this practice as well. And a lot of people, when they hear meditating, they're like, "Ooh, I don't know. I don't like meditating. I can't sit still. I can't keep my mind quiet. It's just always going. I have a hard time with it." Start out small. If that's, where you're at, start out with try a minute. Try 30 seconds, as long as you can. And if a thought pops into your mind as you're trying to bring stillness to your mind, just recognize it and be like, "Oh, thanks for showing up. I'm gonna not pay attention to you right now. I'm focusing on this." And just focus in on your breathing and quieting your mind and bringing stillness to your mind. So, it's not going to be perfect. And the more you do it, the better it's going to be. So starting out, making sure you're doing that as much as you can. I like to do it in the mornings when I'm kind of getting ready for the day. It's more of a moving meditation for me. I'm getting ready. I'm doing things like making my breakfast. I'm busy, but my mind is quiet. I'm not focused on all the crazy things that I have to do today, or what's going to happen at work, or what's happening worldwide or in my state or anything like that. I'm focused in on my stillness, and I'm moving through my day until I'm ready to focus and move forward. And that, knowing that you can meditate and move around is great. Of course, if you want to, you can always sit still and in silence and quiet. That's really great too. If you fall asleep all the time in meditation, so you say, "Oh, I can't meditate because I fall asleep," keep doing it. It's okay to fall asleep. It's your mind moving and your body moving into a state of really deep stillness and relaxation. And there's a lot of healing and rest that takes place when you fall asleep like that. Of course, try and work on staying as present as possible for as long as possible. But if you go to sleep, that's okay. Your body needed the rest, and that's perfectly all right. I am now getting from my team that a great place to start, and I've used this tool all the time, is YouTube. Going onto YouTube and watching a guided meditation video. Maybe not even watching it, but just kind of having it on and having your headphones on and just kind of relaxing and listening to the guided meditation and just following along with what they say is a really great place to start, and show you that there's different ways of meditating. There's lots of different visualizations or things that you can do in your meditation that help you get to that state of calmness and stillness. So highly recommend going to YouTube, checking out meditations there. Yeah, so that's all they're saying on that. The next item, the next tool that I know has a big impact on my life is actually listening to music. So listening to music is really important, and I listen to all kinds of music as long as I feel good when I listen to music. I don't listen to any kind of music that makes me just feel like kind of crummy, or there's a lot of heavy content in the music. Like when I'm focused on keeping my vibration high, I'm not listening to really sad songs or really low vibrational songs that talk about any sort of violence or materialistic themes. So I'm avoiding those types of music. But essentially, I like to focus on upbeat dance music, things that like make me want to move, make me happy. Also, I love listening to a lot of instrumental music. There's tons of amazing videos on YouTube where you can test out different types of music if you don't want to purchase music like on your phone, or want to buy CDs or downloads or whatnot. You can test out lots of different kinds of music, and there's binaural beats music. So they have certain frequencies laced within the music that your body is going to react to, your mind is going to react to in a positive way. So there's a lot of videos out there that have like sleep music, music to reduce anxiety, music to dispel fear, or music to anchor light. Like you can use a lot of different terms in YouTube to find the music that really makes your body and your mind quiet and or just feel really good. And I've been hitting the YouTubes quite a lot in the last few weeks, listening to really positive music. One really awesome type of music that I love is any music that has water sounds in it. As I am an empath, water to me is like a breath of fresh air. Listening to water, feeling it, like basically I'm feeling that water energy. And it's just so relaxing. It makes me feel better. And I highly recommend anyone who feels like they're a little open or just kind of a little overwhelmed, listen to music that has water themes or underlying like wave sounds or water sounds, like a running creek. And there's lots of videos out there where you can type in like binaural beats water or binaural frequency water, I can't remember the initials, it's like HZ something, like hertz, like you can include that in your Google or your YouTube search, and you'll find videos that have water elements in them. And of course the thumbnails will also probably have some sort of water themes, so that's a good indicator if there's water sounds. But that is extremely relaxing, and for me water is just so refreshing and kind of like a purifier, so I really gravitate towards that. So music, meditation, handing off your low vibrational thoughts, those are the 3 tools we've gone through so far. The 4th one is movement. So exercise in any sort of form, going on a walk, riding a bike, walking on a treadmill, lifting weights, doing any sort of physical exercise, just stretches, yoga, that would be really lovely. Taking some time to do so every single day is really important. And it's also going to help you kind of burn through if you are feeling really stressed or overwhelmed. It helps to kind of release that energy in your body when you are really feeling tense. So definitely I would highly recommend exercise or body movement in any sort of form. Dance it out, blare the music in your house, dance around your living room, and just have fun, just let it go. whatever you're called to do, whatever your body feels like doing, do it, because that's going to be really helpful in releasing that energy, getting movement, and bringing forward emotions and just a fresher energy that really is going to help you feel more calm, relaxed, and more clear in your mind, and you're able to make better decisions as you have kind of released that tense, stressful energy. So exercise is going to be really, really amazing and great. Journaling. I'm always a huge fan of journaling. I have a ton of journaling stuff that I do, not on a daily basis. I've actually kind of fallen out of it a little bit as an everyday thing, but there are certain times where I just go every single day through a month to really push myself to assess a situation, or when I'm making some pretty big decisions, or when I'm just feeling like there's a lot to unpack in my life and I just need to like get it out. So journaling is a really, really great place to get your thoughts, get your intentions down, get your wishes down that you want your angel team to help you with. I highly, highly recommend writing a list of everything that you want your team to help you in your life with. It's amazing. It's great to see it in a list format, and your team is just waiting for you to ask for help in any sort of way that they can jump in and actually take action on, because we live in a free will zone. So our wishes will be respected and our choices will be respected. And if we choose to ask for help, they're so excited and ready to come in and help. And so they're just waiting for you to ask. You can ask for all sorts of things in your life, and it's really important that you get down in a list. What is it that you want to work on? What is it that you want in your life? And then focus on that. And my team is also saying you can always get that list down, ask for help, but then start to work on taking action steps to make that happen as well. So you and your team are a team all together, and you're working together to make it happen. And this is really great for when you are feeling kind of overwhelmed or stressed or worried about certain things. You can look at, okay, what's the constructive elements that I can take, or actions that I can take in this situation right now that can help the situation overall to be just better. Okay, so journaling, we got that. What else, guys? Okay, so basically, my guardian angel Pedadiah is saying there are many tools, many ways that we can help others as we move through the world in our daily life. And one of those tools is simply smiling, making eye contact, and having, just really genuine interactions with individuals, whether you know them or not, whether you feel comfortable, that's up to you. But just like smiling and saying hello as you approach someone, you're both walking in different directions, but you're on the sidewalk, just simply making eye contact, saying hello or good morning or have a great day or I hope you're well, whatever it is that you're called to say it, and just show that we are all in this together, and you care about people and people care about you, and you just want to share that love and energy. And so that is really key for people to remember. And because as you move through your day, if there's someone who's in a really low vibration and you say hello to them and smile at them for no reason, that's going to help shift them into a higher vibrational frequency. And then they're going to be able to kind of take it from there, and they have the opportunity to make choices in their life that lead them to even a higher vibrational frequency. And that's just a really beautiful gift. So she's saying, remember to connect with people directly. Of course, in this time, it might not be the best idea to physically touch a lot. There's a lot of guidance around social distancing, but that doesn't mean that we can or we should just not interact with each other or not treat each other with kindness and love and light, we can find other ways to make that situation more bearable or more, humane and more positive, I should say. Okay, so Petadiah, what other things can people do or remember or utilize to make make this time a little less worrisome or stressful? Okay, so listening to your inner guidance is going to be really important, you guys. So you've done all this other work, you're using tools. If you have a gut instinct, listen to it. If you, feel like you really need to go and read that book that's been sitting on the shelf forever, like you just feel like I need to do this, go do it. And you're going to hear a message or see the sign or understand in that moment what you need to understand from taking that action. I had a friend a few days ago say that she was called to go to a certain restaurant, and she doesn't know why. She didn't know why. She didn't really understand why she was being called to go there, but she decided she was just going to go and see what it was about and make it happen. So taking action when you're feeling really strong gut instincts is going to be important. And I'm asking her, is there anything else on that? That would be key. If you are not called to take an action, remember it's okay to step back, to allow things to take place without you engaging in that activity. If you're not called to jump in, if you're not called to move forward or go to that restaurant or read that book, that's okay. You don't have to. You don't force yourself to do something that you're not being called to do or you're not really feeling a lot of motivation around. She's saying, of course, there are things in your life that you will have to do, like going to work or, or certain things that you might not feel a lot of energy around, but they need to be done. So, of course, in those situations, you must follow through and do what you need to do for your livelihood or, for your family. But the extra things, the going to certain places or stepping back, listen to that. Listen to those instincts. Your team is guiding you. She's now bringing me to nature. Going out into nature is always a good idea. Going out, leaning against a tree, connecting with the earth. If you don't want to go out, go into your backyard if you have the space, or if you don't have a yard, go down the block. I'm sure there's probably going to be a tree somewhere that you can lean against. Just play on your phone, act like you're talking to someone. You can talk to someone if you want, if you don't want to be by yourself, but just lean against a tree and connect with that energy. Gaia is going to be grounding you, and being in a grounded place in your body, in your mind, and in your energy is really, really key for navigating really stressful situations. You're able to make better choices. You're able to assess the information in a much more discerning and clear way, and you are able to move forward more confidently on those decisions that you need to make. And she's just underscoring this is probably one of the best things that you could do for yourself, for your body, your mind, your energy, your soul, is connecting with nature, getting out into the sunlight. It's really beautiful and magical in its own right, and it's just really beautiful energy. She's now saying using discernment is really important. So that's another tool. Assessing information and questioning, does this resonate with me? Does this make sense? Does this fall in line with what I understand? Or do I need to, follow up and get more information before you make a decision, or before you just trust someone or some sort of information, or maybe a news outlet or some sort of teacher or anything. Even myself, use discernment when you're listening to my videos. choose or listen to what I'm saying and channeling, and see what resonates with you. Discard anything that doesn't resonate with you. That's okay. Like, not everything is going to resonate with everyone. So just assess, where are you at? What resonates with you? What makes sense for you? What feels good to you? Because when you're living that life of discernment, following what feels right, what you understand and what feels good, it not only leads you down a path of being led by your highest self for your highest good, but it also leads you down the path to learning and understanding things that you need in that moment. And I always recommend keep an open mind, always ask questions, look up terms, do your own research, really be engaged with what you're learning and what you're ingesting as maybe you're reading and listening and learning about the news, or about politics, or about spiritual content such as this YouTube channel. Anything that you're paying attention to, you should really be actively engaged in. And I do recommend in this time especially, but for most of the time, don't just blast your energy with the news all the time. If you feel guided to listen like once or twice a day if you have to. Be really selective and find a news outlet or some sort of organization that you trust, or that can be the most discerning and really look for the facts and not really for the political influence or any other sort of influences. There's probably going to be very rarely an organization that you can fully trust in that manner, but always ask questions, always use discernment. I highly recommend that you do not watch the news, listen to the news all day long, all night long. If you need to be connected in that way, have a set amount of time, like 30 minutes, that's all you're listening, to, or have just simple updates on your phone that get scheduled so you're not bombarded throughout the day with news updates and whatnot, but just at this time you're going to watch the news and then you're going to shut it off and move forward. Really limiting that, how you're ingesting, the content that you're ingesting is really, really key. And on that, my guardian angel is kind of pointing to myself, because I had an experience quite recently where I recognized the content that I was ingesting. I watched like a really old, it was a stupid movie, but it was really low vibrational, very fear-based. When I first saw it, I thought it was hilarious, and I was like, not about it, but I thought it was really funny and I thought it was a good movie. And then I rewatched it and I'm like, ooh, this is horrible. And this does not make me feel good. I do not like this frequency. I do not like this movie at all. And I watched the whole thing, but after that I had horrible dreams. I didn't sleep well. My energy was like all over the place, and my team was really teaching me and showing me, like, in this moment you have to be very careful with what you ingest, what kind of material you're watching, because it will impact you and your energy. And before I knew about it, and I've been working on it, and I had recognized it in other instances, but that experience was very recent, and it was very highlighted because it was so dramatic for me. I had really, really scary dreams, and it was really stupid for me to watch that movie right before bed, especially because I am very tuned and open, and when I watch content, a lot of times I will see those themes in my dreams. And I think this is just like all humans do this too. In your mind you have that story or whatnot, so you're having those kind of dreams. But it was really, really impactful, and I did not like that feeling. So moving forward, I've been very, very careful as to what kind of content that I watch. I try and watch really high vibrational content, things that I know will make me laugh, things that I just really enjoy. I think I've said this before in other videos, but I absolutely love, and it's my favorite show ever, is Futurama. And it's super high vibrational. I mean, there's some videos, some content in there that not my favorite, but it's like really funny to me and I just resonate with it. Like it's just my jam. So I've been watching a lot of that because I know that it makes me laugh and it's just silly and I enjoy it and it brings me joy. So I engage in that content. For news, for me, I've really had to work hard to limit it very specifically to a few like short windows during the day. When I am at work, it is a little bit more difficult to limit it because we have to make decisions around a lot of the changes that are happening here in my state. So we've been doing a lot of planning and engaging with this content, and it's been a little harder for me to kind of limit. But in my own personal choices, I have complete control over what affects me and over what enters my energy field, and you as well have complete control. And I highly recommend, this just came to me and this is super cool. I'm asking Petadiah to explain a little bit more. But she's saying as there are patrols, such as like border patrols or police patrols, or, you know, those like checkpoint gates, like where you like want to go across the border. There are these patrols. You can ask your team to patrol your energy, protect your energy, and check in with you and allow you to say yes or no, this is coming into my energy or this is not. She's giving this visualization because for some people it might be a little difficult to recognize the choices as you're moving through the day. Like sometimes it happens so fast that you just kind of make the choice and you don't recognize it. But that recognizing that choice of yes, I'm going to let this in, or no, I'm not going to let this in. Think of it as your own little patrol, and you are controlling what is going to impact you and what is not. You can still hear the information, but you may not be energetically engaging with that material. And that's really important, especially for a lot of like head of households. You know, you have to get this information and you need to make decisions, but it's best to not, you know, allow that information or that fear or the stress or worry that may be laden in that delivery of the information to influence your own energy. So you have all the power and all the choices to make in what is going to affect you and how are you going to respond to certain things. So she's saying this is important and key in understanding how you can move forward in a way that is not reactive, like you're solely reacting to a piece of information, but assessing that information and assessing your options. How is it going to impact your energy, impact your life, impact your decision making? And then you can move forward and be confident, as she said earlier, confident and knowledgeable and comfortable with the choices that you need to make in your life. So recognizing that that is all up to you is really, really key. And I'm asking her now, is there anything else that she wants to go into or share? She is just flooding me with a ton of love and light, and she is saying, each of you, please remember you are surrounded by spirit, and spirit, all of the angels, the guardian angels, the archangels, ascended masters, your loved ones who have passed, your ancestors. We're all there for you. If you want to connect with us, just reach out. We are there. Look for the signs, ask for the help, ask for us to step forward and connect with you in a more direct way if you haven't already. She's saying a lot of you do, and a lot of you have seen the interactions or have felt that energy, and that's beautiful, and she's commending all of you, but she's just recommending that you all reach out, you ask for help, you support your family and your friends, and just shine your light. She's saying shine brightly. Each of us here, humans here on earth, are a being of light and love. And while we are on earth, we often forget this, but there's no need for us to forget. We can choose to remember and move forward with our light shining brightly. And she's showing light like coming out of her heart chakra and just beaming out. You can shine and share with everyone around you. And she's showing like she's showing me a room, like a conference room that's like full of water, and it's like that's the fear, that's the worry, the stress, the anxiousness, all of that is just filling the room. But when you shine your light, when you share that energy with others, when you shine love and light, pure love and light out into that room, that energy is going to go down. It's not going to be full of fear and anxiety and stress. You're able to fill it with love and light blasting out from you, and others will be able to do the same. She's saying, please ask your team, your guardian angels, or ascended masters, Archangel Michael, ask anyone you resonate with to go into any room, a house, fill your own house, fill your own work building, fill your car, fill your city, your town with beautiful, healing, white, pure love and light energy, and ground the space, ground your house, ground your town, your car, fill it with all of that love and light energy. And this does the same thing. It lowers that lower vibrational frequency and it increases the high vibrational frequency of a space. And it clears out low vibrational energies that may be hanging out and, taking an opportunity to engage with people who are of a very low vibrational frequency. She's saying, and know and trust that you are protected and loved. And she's just like blowing kisses. So I hope that all of this resonates with you guys. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to post in the comments. I hope that any one of these tools helps you as you move forward. And I wish love and light and safety and calmness and inner beautiful strength of love and light for each of you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. And see you next time. Bye.